I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into Book of Spirit Volume 2. It's written by a terrific author. His name is William Twofeather. This powerful work shares profound Native American wisdom and teaching that have been passed down for generations, offering a unique perspective on spirituality, healing, and tradition. Join us as the author guides us through the knowledge his elders entrusted to him to bring healing and insight to the modern world. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his powerful book. The links are below the interview. William, great to see you here today on Spotlight. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here today.
This is a great gift that you are giving to America and the world and people who are not familiar with Native American knowledge and teaching and wisdom. What is it that you're hoping to convey to the public by putting this book out there?
Two things. One would be world peace,
Mhm.
and the second thing would be that I'm putting out oral tradition that's been handed down generation to generation, and everybody, all the medicine people are dying around me. Leonard Crow Dog died, Chief Wallace Blackhouse died, and I'm getting up in the 70s, and somebody had to write down the oral tradition and give it to the world. And it's been held up in its production for years and years. And I think the reason why is because this is a time when the books need to come out, when they're talking about nuclear war and people are saying the aliens put us here instead of God. And then all the people are turning to, what do I do? What do I do? Well, here's what Native American people do. But I do not tell people what they must do or what they have to do. I tell them this is the way we do it in the Native American world.
What are some of the traditions and customs and wisdom that you could share with us right now that might help heal the world as we know it? As you said, we're seemingly in a decline.
Yes. Uh, in the Indian talk, we would say, all my relations. That not only means the other two-legged people, the humans, but that also means the one-legged people, the tree people, and the winged people, and the people that live in the ocean, because the Native American people, they're all people and they're sentient. Even a rock is sentient. And when the whole world comes out, when you treat your mother, Earth, the way they've been treating it, then there's something's going to break. And here we are.
We have to be more inclusive in our vision. We have to see ourselves as one with the universe, the planet, the stars, the trees, the air, the animals, and not see ourselves as apart from it all and special and different.
That's good, but I don't do absolutes very well. It's not the
Right.
only way. It's
Okay.
it's our way, and people
Yep.
can take what they need.
Exactly. They can read the book, find out what works for them, what they think might work for them, and then choose what is the most effective. Tell us a little bit about your work on this book. This is a second volume, right? You have another volume out there as well?
Yes, I have 5 volumes that are already made into books, but now I'm going through a last final edit and a republishing. So all 4 books will be soon to come on the Amazon.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's great that people will be able to have access to these. How can readers, and there's one of the books, Healing Hands, that is book 5 of the Book of Spirit. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. How
Yeah,
can
okay.
readers, how do you think
Today
readers
we're
can,
talking about adult prayer.
yeah. So each one focuses on a different aspect of life, a different aspect of Native American culture and wisdom, right?
Yes, each book was meant to be an island unto itself. So there's no prerequisites. You have to read book 2 before 4 and none of that stuff. Depends where your interests are.
Yeah.
If you're a healer and you learned everything you could learn, now where do you learn from? Your teachers already taught you everything, then they can go to study the stuff that I've written about.
Now, do these teachings come from a particular tribe? Tell us a little bit about the roots of these teachings.
Yeah, I'm basically Southwest,
Mhm.
and my spiritual altar is in the north with Lakota, but I am half Apache and half Austrian.
Mhm.
And on my father's side, we were royalty, and we had a castle and a crest and everything on my Austrian side. And then on my mother's side, we have all healers. My great grandma was a healer, and her father was a healer, and her father's grandmother was a healer. So it's in my blood, it's in my lineage.
Tell us what it means to be a healer and how it works.
It's real simple. You're like a welcome doormat in front of the house, and there's mud all around. And you come up to the doormat and you wipe your feet on the mud on the doormat, and then hopefully you take your shoes off before you come in the house. That's about it.
What do you mean by that exactly? That there's
Well,
disease and pain and suffering all around you, and you have to find a way to purge that?
no, it's more of mo- uh, I'm losing track. Can you get me dialed back
We
in?
were talking about what it means to be a healer, and you said it's
Right.
like you're a doormat and there's mud all around you. I was just asking you, what could you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, the people come in and they go to lectures and they go to healings and they go to training, and they just don't the respect level is quite different these days with our new generation Z or whatever you call them. And the word respect has really been taken out of our almost out of our vocabulary.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a very great lack of respect nowadays between family members, between people in society in general, and as you said before, between, other aspects of nature in this world. Tell us about incorporating music and art, such as your flute CDs, into your spiritual teachings.
Yes, I'm a very frequency conscious person. And when I made the five CDs, I put certain hertz levels under the human hearing range to elicit certain kind of chemical changes inside of the body. So it's a very scientific way of making music, although I use a traditional flute, and it's buffalo, bear, wolf, fish, eagle, turtle. That's our scale. So the buffalo is bigger than the bear, and the fish goes in the ocean, and the turtle's short legs represent Mother Earth because they're so close to Earth. So to be a healer, everybody wants to be a healer, but it takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice. I dedicated uh, my grown-up part of my life to writing the five books, and they took me 11 years to write the books.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, like I said at the beginning of the interview, we appreciate it because it's the only way the word is going to get out there. The traditions will be passed around, and for people to remember these great traditions, great culture, great wisdom. Talk to us a little bit about the spiritual chessboard game, Shaman and the Great Mystery.
That has been, it's kind of like a chess game, but it has three levels,
Hmm.
and there's 12 bad guys and 12 good guys. And it's about the faith healing that I do around the world because, like, say, for example, I fly over to Australia and I'm going to do some healing work, but I'm in the Aboriginal turf of the Mongo Bongo.
Hmm.
So the Mongo Bongo sends their grandmothers to me to come and check me out because I'm doing healing work in their backyard. And who am I? Who trained me? How long did I train? They want to know some things. So I've always passed it. The time when we have problems is when they send a warrior. They send a warrior to put their chest on my chest, and I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Amazing, amazing. Talk to us a little bit about the significance of good deeds and why you encourage people to share them.
See, that's the thing. When we have all my relations, mitakuyasin, that means we respect everything around us. We don't throw our trash in the street, and we
Mhm.
don't cut down all the trees so the birds don't have no nest to go to and all that stuff. We'll cut down one or two trees because we need to, but we're not going to deforest the place.
Mm. Exactly, exactly. Take what you need, but don't, you know, deforest an area. because those
And
are people's, yeah.
and we do this exchange because, like, if I want to get a rock at the Grand Canyon because I've always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon ever since I was a kid, and
Mhm.
finally I got a job in the car and I'm going to the Grand Canyon. When I pick up a rock, that is a rock person. And
Right.
I give a piece of my hair, which your DNA is in your hair. I
Mhm.
give it in exchange, and I asked the rock person, I said, will you come and join my medicine? And I'm looking around for a sign, maybe a cloud comes over me or a lizard comes out from under the rock and gives me a dirty look or something. And then I'll
Mhm.
put the rock back down, which I call a rock person. And
Yeah.
if nothing happens and I'm all okay, then I put the rock in my medicine pouch. And then it's called a mutual exchange. If
Mhm.
the whole world had this concept of giving and taking, it would be a different world.
Exactly. Exactly. You have to not only take, you have to give back. And you're right, it would be a different world. Talk to us about the role of the spirit in overcoming adversity and hardship.
Well, there's that 5% that are in question about everything, and they're always going to be there. It's just the law of numbers. But for the other 90%, um, people go to all the doctors and all the yogis and all the Sufis and everybody until they actually make it down to the bottom of the hill with a Native American faith healer, like I am. And they come in and say, I've been to every place, I've been to every one, and I still can't get rid of this la 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 la. And the doctor says something's wrong, but they don't know what it is. And then they come to me. I have a very high
Exactly.
success rate of healing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, is your faith healing in conflict at all with modern medicine or can be used together? Tell us about how it fits into the big picture of healing and health care in this country.
Yes, I've been called by medical universities to come and do a lecture about Native American faith healing. And the doctors are interested, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when the doctors go through their protocol and their learning, they learn the nuts and bolts. But we, as one-legged people, we're not just nuts and bolts. We got a spirit and we got a mind. So in the Native American world, we don't just come in and say, this is patient number 5613, give them two of these, two of them. We treat the client as a one-legged person who two-legged person who gets the same respect that I do. I
Exactly.
give it, doesn't mean I'm getting back, but I will definitely give the respect first.
Now, when you're doing your healing, is it hands-on? Is it a series of prayers? Is it herbs? Tell us what a healing is like.
A client comes in with the illness that's not been diagnosed, and they lay on a massage table, and I have a helper on the other side of the massage table, and we work them over with a handheld drum, dump dump, with a heartbeat, dump dump, dump dump, dump dump, and that heartbeat gets their heartbeat, the client, in sync with the drum, and now I have control of their heart, and I'll put their heart to a rate that's conducive to healing.
Mm.
And then they start healing themselves from the inside out, and I'm getting them from the outside in, and we get them in the middle, and we smush everything out.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it's a
So
matter
there's
of
rattles, there's eagle feathers, there's turkey feathers, there's whistles, there's bones, there's antlers, there's black coral, a bunch of things we put together for our tools. And I probably have about 20 tools that I work with.
wonderful, wonderful. And you say you have a high success rate as well, right?
Oh, it's 70%.
Amazing, amazing. Well, the certainly the aspects of the spirit and the mind are often overlooked by modern medicine, and certainly that is put in the forefront when it comes to your spiritual healing. The name of the book that we're talking about today is Book of Spirit, Volume 2. William Two-Feather has actually put together 5 different volumes of these books, covering everything from prayer to healing and subjects in between. They are standalone books. You don't have to read all 5. You can pick the books that appeal to you, that suit your needs. And these are powerful works that share profound Native American wisdom and teachings that have been passed down for generations. They offer unique perspectives on healing, spirituality, and tradition, and they are highly recommended. William, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Oh, could I mention that I have a website named the
Absolutely.
number two and the word feather, twofeather.com. The books will be available there in a few weeks. We're just finishing the final edits right now on some of them.
Wonderful. Number two, feathers.com.
No
And you,
S.
okay, feather, two feather.
Yes,
Okay.
because Feather's a different family, and they already sent their warrior to come and tune me up. But I said, ask me my name. I said, what's your name? I said, William Two Feather. And he just went, he caught me down at the Grammy Music Awards in Hollywood.
Wow.
And he
Wow.
came upstairs where Rod Stewart and all them guys were upstairs, only Grammy Grammy members can be go
Right.
in there. And I don't know how this great big giant gorilla of a guy got in there, but he came up, boy, and he was looking really mean, tattoos all over and a big neck like this. All right, you Two Feathers, you're using our family name. I says, I don't use nobody else's family name. And we had a little verbal go there.
Okay, so we
And
won't make that mistake. It's twofeather.com. William, thank you so
yes,
much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
wonderful. Great to meet you, and thank you so much.
Great meeting you as well. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time until next time on Spotlight.